Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys. Good morning everyone. How are you doing? I wish you got healthy at all times. My name is Benisa Anora and I am a student at IAIN Ponorogo Syariah Faculty, Islamic Family Law major with the student ID number 1012 50. Education entails not only attending school and college and receiving a diploma, but also widening one's perspectives and absorbing life experience. So, in this video, I will present about Islamic law in Indonesia. We did bring up the theme of Islamic law in Indonesia. The reason is because it cannot be denied that Muslims in Indonesia are the most dominant element. In international Islamic world, Indonesian Muslims can even be called the largest Muslim community gathered in one country. But in addition to being the majority religion in Indonesia, there are also many other religions in Indonesia, so that apart from Islamic law, which regulates all aspects of Islam, there will also state law to regulate one religion with another in order to live side by side with tolerance with which so that I think it will be very interesting to discuss Islamic law in Indonesia. Before going into the discussion about law in Indonesia, first we will discuss the definition of Islamic law. Definition of Islamic law is Shariat, which means the rules made by Allah for His people brought by a Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the law relating to belief Aqidah and the law relating to charity. That's what Muslims do. Next, about the legal system in Indonesia. Indonesia's law system. Law system is compound because there are multiple law systems, that is, indigenous, Islamic, and Western law. The world has at least 5 law systems: the common law system, the civil law system, the indigenous legal system, the Islamic law system, and the communist socialist law system. Next, what is the state of Islamic law in Indonesia? In this case, there are some points in between. The state of Islamic law in Indonesia. Number 1, known since Islam entered Indonesia. 2, there are no consensus as to when Islam enters Indonesia. 3, someone say the year of 1 Hijriah or 7 country AD. 4, Islamic law is in fact followed and implemented in Indonesia since Islam entered Indonesia. 5, evidence it can be seen in the studies of both on Islamic law and its role in settling the issues of society. 6, this can be seen in the books of Duratul Tulab, Siratul Mustaqim, Sabilul Muhtadin, Kutul Agama. 7, after the Netherlands invented Islamic law was controlled, and since the valid theories of Islamic law binding were suppressed. Objective of Islamic law in Indonesia. I am to carry out the commands and will of Allah and stay away from His prohibition. Abu Ishaq al-Satibi formulated 5 objectives of Islamic law, namely preserving religion, soul, mind, lineage, and property. If these 5 goals are achieved, then humans will get happiness in this world and the hereafter. Next, source of Islamic law in Indonesia. Source of identification of Islamic law in the sense of Sharia, law of the Quran, and the books of Hadith. Sort of identification of Islamic law in terms of fiqh law or fiqh books that contain the result of ijtihad. Therefore, the identification of the source of Islamic law is well preserved in well preserved document from time to time, and such of the contents of Islamic law in Indonesia in the sense of Sharia is the will of God in the form of a revelation contained in the Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, which is written in the books of Hadith. And in the sense of Fiqh, the third source is the main or ra'yu source of binding Islamic law in Indonesia. The binding such is the faith and level of piety of a Muslim. As the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. You will believe fear Allah, truly fear Him and the night day unless you are Muslim. Surah Ali Imran 3 verse 102. The structure of Islamic law consists of 1. The text of the Quran, 2. Sunnah of the Prophet, 3. The result of ijtihad, 4. Its implementation in concrete terms by the Islamic community in the form of judges' education and the practice of Muslim. Scope of Islamic law in Indonesia. Its scope was not only a matter of the relationship between man and another human and a ruler in society, but also governed man's relationship with Allah. So the scope of Islamic law is in addition to the temporal consequence, but also the afterlife. Exposure to Islamic law in Indonesia. There were interpretation of worship and make use. 1. In the realm of Islamic law, there is no distinction between civil law and public law, for in the matter there is a provision of worship and make use. In the realm of Islamic law, it makes no distinction between civil law and public law. For in civil matter, there are public areas in public matters. That's my explanation about Islamic law in Indonesia. Hopefully it's useful. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.